presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
One of the most unique sculptures you'll ever see, the Fist of Joe Louis at Hart Plaza. We're coming to you from Detroit, Michigan. This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sideline. Here's a look at the schedule for the Magic. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's Isaac in at the small forward. And for the Pistons, on the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Rose. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
Now here's Fournier after the miss from Reggie Jackson. And here's Fultz. 6 on the shot clock. Tries again. And it's laid in by Fournier. Fournier's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Magic.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And it's sent back by Drummond. Inside. And Drummond throws it down.
Well, everyone knows once Drummond gets anywhere around the rim, it's pretty much a done deal. Last year, an 8th seed finish for the Detroit Pistons. Had to work for it, battling it out to the very end of the season. Their 500 record of 41-41 was just enough to get in.
Now here's Fultz with the floater, and it's sent back by Drummond. Brown outside. Passes to Drummond. Left side, Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Vucevic.
The former 5-star recruit, first overall pick in the draft. Griffin's been slowed down only by injuries.
First trip to the line for him here. The first one falls. So for the Pistons, Doomboy is checked in for Bruce Brown. Luke Kennard comes in for Derrick Rose. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jackson. Good on both. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Stolen by Doomboy. And the pass to Kennard. Over Carter Williams. Drummond. Orlando grabs the miss. Now here is Augustine. From deep.
Wonderful effort by Blake just to get out to be able to contest that shot.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Pistons lead by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Pistons, we've got Markieff Morris. Kennard is out there with Doumbouya. Then there's Frazier, and it's Galloway in at the shooting guard position. And so here's Orlando, following the 3 by Detroit. 5 to shoot. Here's Augustine. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. Opening day, Steve, for some teams it's a fresh start, and for others it's the first step towards settling unfinished business, taking care of what they didn't do the previous season.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. I think those teams that came very close to maybe winning the championship or being there, those are the guys that are hungry, and those are the organization. They are chomping at the bit to start the season. You know, a big change last season for Luke Kennard happened when he stopped worrying about taking bad shots. He was asked to be more proactive on offense and start creating chances for himself instead of waiting for the ball to be swung to him.
And he makes the first. And Smitty, that aggressiveness from Kennard, that's what the team wants from him.
He's a big part of their future. They need that from him. He may not be their number 1 or number 2 scorer, but he can be a very solid option off the bench or as a starter.
Both good from the line that time.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Augustine dishes to Carter Williams. Pass to Aminu. Shoots over Doumbouya. Aminu misses.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
And it's blocked. And here we go. Fast break. Carter Williams has got the ball. And Carter Williams slams it in.
This is what you admire about Carter Williams, the way he glides up the court in transition, knowing exactly where he needs to be.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the Magic broke a 6-season playoff drought. Nick Vucevic was the franchise's first All-Star in 7 seasons. It's been a long rebuild from the Dwight Howard era. We'll see where the team goes from here, but Kevin, they're happy to just be playing games that matter night in and night out.
All right, thank you very much, David. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Aminu.
Michael Carter Williams is showing you what he can do with the pass, an excellent facilitator.
A shot by Frazier, no good.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Detroit leading by 3. To the wing on the left. Here's Galloway over Augustine, and too long on the shot.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Ross. Doumbouya pulls it in.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
To the paint, Galloway misses the layup.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Jackson with it. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the 3. Brown trying to free himself up. Here's Griffin. That shot missing. The Magic go the other way with it. Fournier against Rose. Here's Fultz. Detroit with the rebound. Brown outside. Pass to Rose. And here's Griffin, who's guarded by Fournier. Outside for Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Goes up on the high post. And yes, it's good. The emphasis on freedom of movement, less grabbing and holding on the perimeter, Steve, has made some players almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, James Harden, because he likes to be physical, and how can you not guard him without being physical in return? Steph Curry, because he gets an opening shoot shot. Lillard, Kyrie, Devin Booker, Giannis, Kevin Durant for sure. It's hard to guard these guys because they're so good on the offensive end.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Bounce pass from Rose. Gordon against Griffin. Gordon with the defensive effort. Jackson kicks to Rose. He dishes it to Drummond. Over Fultz. And Vucevic pulls it down. The Magic trail by 3. Here's Isaac. And it's good for 2. Isaac's got his first basket.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Rose, good.
It doesn't matter if the defense is hanging all over Derrick Rose. He is still draining shots in their grill.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Vucevic. Knocked away. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got his 6th rebound on the night. Jackson passes to Rose. Back to Jackson. Here's Drummond offline. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Pistons lead by 3. And we'll be back with you right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Then there's Jackson, and it's Galloway in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. And so Griffin will bring it up for Detroit. 3-point lead. Galloway kicks to Jackson. A three-pointer off the mark. And it's the Magic's ball. Ross finds Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
Great vision there from Ross to find the open man.
Pistons shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. Galloway, the pass to Drummond. Here's Jackson. And that one is off. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. The pass to Augustine. Lets a floater go, so they take the lead. And the Magic lead by 1.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Shoots from 12. Outside for Jackson. Drummond passes to Galloway. Now here's Ross. Defense is right there. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. That one wide left. And here are the Pistons now. Griffin down low, headed by Augustine, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
When you think of low post scorers, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well as drawing fouls.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that ties the game up. Brown is checked in for Detroit. Then for the Magic, Jonathan Isaac comes in for Evan Fournier. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
He is definitely disappointed. He couldn't put his team up in front, but at least he knotted this one up.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 2. 1:11 left in the game. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Terrence Ross.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Dwayne Casey went over with his team. We told him, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Now Jackson, out left to the wing. Griffin looking around. He kicks it to Rose. From deep three-point range, offensive rebound. Got it!
He's a guy who's getting more chances to make big plays and big moments. Drummond comes through for his team.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're leading by 2. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and he commits the intentional foul. 24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul. It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And the feeling is with Fultz, tremendous potential. Could be one of those game-changing type point guards who scores and passes with ease.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those two to fall.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Rose. It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
You know, I don't believe in the word choke, but to come away empty right there is brutal. This game would have been over.
Here's Griffin. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Top-notch play from Griffin. That was a bucket they needed.
Tries it from 19. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. And it's the Pistons to start out. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Pistons. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Rose is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. Pass to Vucevic. Over Drummond. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got the game tied up here for the Magic.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
Bounce pass from Rose. Yep, that one goes. 9 points for Blake Griffin.
That's the kind of leadership you want from Blake Griffin, a guy who wants to take those big shots.
And here's Fultz. Now, here's Isaac. Shot clock at 6. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
I tell you what, Isaac's starting to show that clutch gene. He's not afraid and seems willing to put the team on his back.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Brown with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Brown kicks to Jackson. Ring shot on the way. It's good!
This is what the team needs from Jackson. Leadership when the game heats up.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They trail by 2. There's 45 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. To the inside. Count it! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results. Time
called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. 41 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. And Detroit has possession. Drummond. It's good!
Taking over when it matters. The evolution of Andre's game, physically and mentally.
And it's Fultz with the ball for Orlando. He feeds it to Vucevic. It's in! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Here's Jackson. Down low, here's Griffin. Count it!
And they do have a foul to give.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 11 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Now here's Fultz. Guarded by Jackson. Oh, missed it. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Shooting 2. Blake Griffin.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
And so the big win by Detroit in a tight game. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just